Hey everybody. So I was told by a friend of mine that I have yet to give a little tour of my RV setup and my how I winterized, how I got ready for winter. So I'm going to give you a really quick walkthrough. I have not done a bunch of cleaning, so bear with me. This is real world here. So this is the bed area. I had started painting this blue, and then my son told me that it looked like painter's tape blue. So I kind of stopped. I wanted to see how the paint, because I did paint the walls and the ceiling. I just wanted to see how that held up before I did everything. And it has actually held up very, very well. I did this right after I purchased the RV. It is a 2006 sports hauler, toy hauler. And I picked it up in into March, April of 2020. So earlier this year. It was in very good condition. I did add the back of the bed. I pulled a bunch of stuff out. I don't like the curtains and stuff that they have. So I am planning on changing quite a bit. I had thought about doing it this winter, except the walls sweat because it's warmer inside than it is outside. I have not put up hangers yet, so I just kind of draped my jackets and my robe over this. That's not ideal, but that's what happens. I sit here a lot. So this happened. I put this little thing here, backrest, to make it more comfortable. So I sit there quite a bit on that step. I do have the couch that I've just covered with a blanket because the dogs really like to lay on here. But this is the decor that was in it before, so I'm planning on pulling all of that out and doing some stuff, different stuff with it. But this pulls out into a bed, so when my niece is here, she can sleep right here. There is also a bed in the back, which the garage area, and we'll probably end up having her stay there while we build her tiny house, or get a guest area. So the kitchen is very, very small. This is a table that I will pull out and set right here in front of the couch and work on my laptop and that kind of stuff. So it's pretty self-explanatory. I've got, actually it's a nice kitchen sink. It's not that plastic, so I really like that. Cook stove, it's propane. It works whether it's plugged in or not, and as long as you're hooked up to the propane, you're good to go. The microwave only works if you're hooked up. Same with all of the plugs. So I have to turn on the generator if I'm going to work on my computer or anything like that. Over here, the pantry section, we have the refrigerator, which is a propane refrigerator. So that works as long as I'm hooked up to my propane and my tanks are full. And then I have just a regular pantry, some extra drawers down here on the bottom. This is the bathroom, and I hope it's not too dark right now. So this is the bathroom, and you're going to see my winter setup because I'm not using the toilet that comes with the RV because of how I have it enclosed. So I basically just have this bucket composting toilet, my wood chips for when you potty in there. I've got my sink. I just have extra water here. I bring in bottled water for that. I do, when I shower, I pull everything out and take my shower, and then I just kind of put everything back in. So this is the shower. It's very small, but it works. And you got your mirror and your vanity right here, and then some storage underneath right there. So it's very tiny, but it works really, really well. And then when you come back through here, you are in the garage section, and I have added onto it, kept the back open. So this area, come and Chloe, that has the rug is the garage of the RV. So you can see how the walls just stop. And this is the ramp set down, which I have blocked up to be level. Set up my little wood stove. This is the whole added on part of the cabin. So here's the back area. I basically just have some storage stuff pulled in a table. I'm not using my refrigerator now inside the RV because why use propane when I don't need to? I'd rather have it for the heat. So I have my two coolers that I just put my food in. That's some laundry that needs to be washed. This is actually the propane tank that I hook up to my generator because my generator can do both propane or gas. I bring in gallons of water and tea for drinking. And I did not show you how I do my heat. So let me show you how I do my heat. I'm sure you saw it. I just didn't mention it. So I have these smaller propane tanks right here. And it's about a 4.5 gallon. It lasts me a week. I keep my little propane buddy on low and I turn it off at night because I'm just warm enough up there between me and the dogs. So I basically just run this all day and that lasts me a week. So I have two of these smaller containers. And then I have one that's a little bit larger that I use inside here for that. But I just try to get those in to get them filled. So my wood stove, my wood's not dry enough, so it's not getting hot enough to kind of warm this. As you can see, we're definitely not completely enclosed in. This was done very last minute. I do have a video of me putting it up, so I will go into more detail on that. But the whole enclosure basically cost me $600, which was what it cost for the roofing material. And this has actually worked out really, really well. I'm very happy with how this, just doing this build over worked for this winter. I do not have to pull snow off of the roof of my RV, and that was my main concern. Plus, up here on the hill, we get a ton of wind, and I just didn't want to do a bunch of snow and wind, and I didn't think I would make it. So this has worked very, very well for me. I've been having snow drop off the roof all morning, so it's really deep out here, but we're in the middle of a snowy section. So a lot of times I'll just prop the door so the dogs can run in and out unless it's raining or actively snowing. As you can see, we're having a really big snow day, the corgi. Justin's making a loop. Okay, so here is where I keep my generator, my gas cans.
This truck is a special truck in the sense that we could make this into something that he...
What are you doing? Silly boy. Chloe. Ooh, hot. Hot. Come this side. Justin, I'm allowed to pet her. Sit there, that little fish. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. we're putting off some heat. You're at, what, 600 degrees? What you doing? What you doing? Oh, oh, are you cute? He's so cute, boy. Yes, you are. Okay, so these are, everybody's doing them, the 2001 goals. I'm going to discuss what I did, the goals that I met in 2020. I purchased this land. I learned how to use a sawmill. I got comfortable with the chainsaw. Got my concrete piers poured for my house. Just kind of got into the groove of being up here on this mountain by myself, and kind of deciding where I wanted things to be. That's been a little bit more difficult than I thought it would be. Because it is a mountain, I just wanted 5 acres to put my little homestead on. It's going to be a little bit different because I'm on a slope. So, yeah, I did not get as far in 2020 as I wanted to get, but I have a tendency to set some extremely lofty goals and that are very hard to reach. I did not get to start building. Was not able to get my building permit until September due to the fact that the developer that purchased the property before me, we started putting the driveway, and then he had the loggers come in, so the driveway did not get finished. And when I went to go get my permit, they asked if the driveway was finished, if gravel was down, and it was not. So that had gotten finished in September, so I was able to get my building permit then. So at that point, we basically had like 6 weeks to get stuff for the framing of the house done. And since I'm milling my lumber for my timber frame post and beam house, that just was not feasible. Things that I wish I would have done different for 2020. I really wish I could have gotten somebody up here. Due to COVID, I was not able to have the class on how to use my Wood-Mizer LT35. So there was definitely a learning curve. I'm not somebody that's really super good with just jumping in and figuring that stuff out. So I had to do that. So I wish I would have looked a little bit harder to find somebody who was interested in coming up here and teaching me how to use the Wood-Mizer, because that would have saved a little bit more time, and I would have been a little bit more confident using it. And then just getting the frame milled for the house straight out the gate, not worrying about anything else, just getting those timbers milled, and probably going through and cutting down the big trees sooner, getting that stacked and ready to mill into those big timbers. So I'd have to say that's probably the biggest thing. Maybe organization. would be the second. Having a better cleared area to set up the lumber that I was milling. So I guess that would be my advice if you're going to get a sawmill and do a bunch of milling for a house that you're building. Set out an area first to set your lumber to dry. Because we just kind of started setting it wherever, and then it got in the way, and it just made it much harder. So that would be what I would have said, because I do feel if we would have gotten the frame milled, if I would have gotten the frame milled during the summer, that we could have gotten that frame set up in that 6 weeks and possibly at least the roofing on. And then I would be inside that instead of inside here. But this has worked out, so I'm okay with this. 21. Wow. Okay, that's what are my goals for that? Definitely getting the house dried in. Probably not the concrete in the house area, but in the garage area, yes. Because I'm going to be doing heated floors. I just don't know if I'll have time to get all the pipes pulled in underneath it and all that. I am learning as I go, so that takes a little bit longer. So spring's going to get here. I'm just going to be hardcore milling for the timber frame and for the ceiling, because once the frame goes up, then I'll be putting the 1x6s down so that the ceiling will be done. And then the metal roof on top of that with insulation and everything. I'm still wanting to do some spray foam insulation. I'm just gonna have to see if when I get there I can afford that. So basically my main goal is getting that house dried in so that next winter the RV's parked in the garage and I'm able to start doing plumbing and electrical and that kind of stuff. Maybe building cabinets and stuff, so that once the concrete is poured, then I can start putting in kitchens and all that kind of stuff. But I kind of feel like that's going to be 2022 will be more finishing out stuff on the inside. So I've definitely got to get the framework up. I've got to get the siding milled. A lot of milling videos for those of you that like the milling videos. We'll be doing a lot of those. So critter wise, homestead wise, I definitely want to build a small chicken coop, probably a portable one that can be shifted around so the birds can be moved around. I have baby goats that are coming. Scarlet was bred and she should be pregnant right now, and so I will be getting her babies, and so those will be a La Mancha Boer cross. So however many babies she has, that's what we're gonna get. So we'll be getting to play with babies and that kind of stuff. I do not think that they will be bred next year, those babies, if we have girls. Because I'm not gonna be ready to, I don't know, we'll see. Maybe they'll be old enough to be bred by winter time, depending upon when they come in. I don't think they will be, so we'll probably be waiting for the next year. So I would definitely like some chickens, possibly a couple of rabbits for breeding rabbits, and I am contemplating a beehive. Hey guys, it's the next day. It got dark on me. And so I want to do a quick show around of the outside of the, what I call redneck cabin. This is obviously not permanent. It is just for this winter. We'll be taking it down to move the RV into the garage when we get that done for next winter. But I'm really glad that I did this because we get huge amounts of wind here. This is our burn pile that my son put together the other day. That we're gonna have a big giant burning these slash piles. Super foggy today. And I will show you the sawmill under snow. It is way over there, all covered. And that's where the house will be. And I just want to say Happy New Year. It is January 1st, 2021. We made it, you guys. What a year last year was. What you doing? You're getting too close. You're just getting too close. Hi, Chloe. Justin is having his breakfast. That's good, girl. Come on. Come on, Snow Dog. Chloe, come. Good girl. Come on, stand up. Is it too tall? Is it too tall? Come on. Okay. Are you good? Are you ready to go? Are you ready to go? Come on, buddy. Let's get in the truck. You're like a bunny. Come on. Hop up, get in the truck. Paul, get back. You want it? Get your ball. Just get your ball. Are you gonna get your ball? You gonna get it? You ready? Are you ready? Are you ready? Whoop, whoop, whoop. You ready? Okay. Oh, where'd it go? Good boy. All right, ready? Come on, up. There's a princess. Oh, he got it. All right, Justin.
I burned out like a wandering ember. I shone bright, then my journey was over. What I sought when I ran was back where I began. No matter the rain, no matter the storm, I'm coming home. I'm coming home. Leave open the gate, don't turn off